Today, I had a call with Brandon, a regular 19-year-old kid from America who went from being bullied and having depression in school to now working with one of the biggest YouTube groups in the world, AMP.
I've been editing for almost a year and I'm still making like below minimum wage. I had to push through that. And then like 3 months after that moment, I landed AMP just like that.
So I asked him a few questions to try and figure out how he got to where he is today, what decisions he made, the mistakes he avoided, and the specific things which actually moved the needle. If you're young and you have a dream to work with someone, then this video is a must watch.
To the young entrepreneurs watching this, I would say you just gotta...
All right, Brandon, welcome. So I'm sure a lot of people watching this are probably thinking, how did you actually get to work with AMP? And in general, how do you actually go about contacting such a high-level client who is no doubt already receiving thousands of messages?
Honestly, you just gotta be obsessive. If I wasn't an editor, I would probably just seem like a weird stalker. I like message editors who edited for the personal channels of each member. I also even went to their LinkedIn page and I DM'd almost every single employee. I remember I got a reply from the producer and then he ghosted me. And then I've just been on LinkedIn almost like an hour a day, just trying to search for something. And then one day, the lead editor was announcing that they're looking for editors. I was the first person to apply and he said my portfolio was so good that he didn't even look at anybody else's.
What would you say was the key differentiator between you and anyone else who might have or might still be trying to do the same thing?
Honestly, I've seen all my friends go to college and I'm still stuck in my hometown, like editing in my little room. I had to like burn the boats to like really make this work and being kind of delusional in the sense of reading my affirmations every day and believing that I can become this person. Like as corny as it is, just not giving up. There's a light at the end of the tunnel and it might be as dim as it is, but there is light at the end of the tunnel if you keep going, so.
All right, and what's one critical thing about working with big creators like AMP that no YouTube tutorial or course ever taught you?
Experience. This industry is still new. You can't go to college for this, you know? You have to just get your hands dirty and just get into it. Whether that might be like taking on a job for super cheap just to get experience, it's just worth it in my opinion. 90% of my job is just fixing things. At least with AMP videos, they're not scripted. So it's just like the guys hanging out and doing stuff. And so it's literally just fixing stuff that might have gone wrong. You have to learn how to be resourceful. The amount of like encoding issues I've gone through and bullcrap that I had to like go on ChatGPT, Google, like spend like 5 hours Googling on how to fix. That's what these creators pay for. They don't want to think about all this technical stuff. And so if you're able to deliver that and be good at it, they'll definitely want to hire you and work with you.
All right, yeah, that's solid advice. What would you say has been the hardest part of getting to where you are now? Are there any big mistakes you've made along the way? And maybe what would you do differently if you could start over?
The biggest mistake I made was not being able to enjoy life. I think a lot of these younger generation entrepreneurs have this like, I need to hit 10K mindset or my whole family dies type of mindset. I was always like anxious. I always was like had low self-respect and like it actually made me less productive. When I started hanging out with friends more, you know, enjoying life, the time when I started being more content with life is when I started making the most progress actually. Yes, have some urgency in your goals. There's nothing wrong with that, but you have to know where to balance urgency and being grateful for what you have. If you're only acting in urgency, you're gonna act in anxiety and you'll make very dumb mistakes because of that, so.
Yeah, I mean, I completely agree. I want to switch topics a little bit because I'm also sure a lot of people watching this want to see kind of what your day-to-day life looks like. What does your work consist of day-to-day? How many hours you're putting in? And are you actually enjoying yourself?
I have a non-negotiable where I have to do 4 hours of deep work every day for AMP no matter what. And so I edit for 4 hours a day in the morning. And then after that, I'll have some lunch. Then I'll go to the gym. That's usually enough to keep up with AMP work. So I'll just do some personal projects I have or working for some other clients at the meantime. Some weeks are heavier. Like sometimes I gotta pull maybe 6-7 hours just because like we have a deadline we have to push for. But sometimes like weeks are super chill. I remember like there's a couple times where I only work 2 days out of the week. I'll go out every weekend and not like party, like, you know, just hanging out at cafes or doing some sports and stuff like that. So that's what my life's been like recently.
All right, so for someone who's completely new, let's just say they're 17 and have no experience in anything, but they want to start making some money online. What would be your step-by-step plan, or what advice would you give them to get them to a similar position that you are today?
You just gotta start throwing stuff against the wall. I've talked to a lot of younger people. They're always like, oh, I want to do copywriting, but I just haven't figured out how to do copywriting. And I'm just like, you just gotta do like without knowing how to do. And I know that's so hard to comprehend, but just start writing copy and just start sending a bunch of emails. To the young entrepreneur who's watching this, I would say you just gotta do while not knowing what you're doing. Money comes exponentially. After 6 months, you'll make no money, and then you make your first dollar. And then right after that month, it could be $1,000. And then maybe you're stuck again for like another 6 months, and then out of nowhere, you make 10K. And it's not out of nowhere technically, but that's what it feels like.
The next thing I want to do is a blind ranking. So I'm going to give you 5 things randomly. You're not going to know the order. You're not going to know what's coming next. And you have to rank them the top 5 things. We're going to do the most important things for success as a video editor. Okay, so the first one is storytelling ability.
The thing with storytelling, there's ranges of storytelling, right? If you're doing like a Fortnite compilation video, okay, there's like not much storytelling you can do, but let's say like an Eric style video where it's like the storytelling is very high. But it's very essential though. I'm gonna put it at 2.
All right, next one is technical ability. So effects and visuals.
I know a lot of editors that suck at VFX, but they have comedic timing and stuff, and they charge like $800 for like a simple 10-minute video. So with technical skills, I want to put it at a 4.
The next one is delivery speed and hitting deadlines.
That's number 1. It's very simple, but very hard to do. It's like just being competent. If you could just do that, like you could like suck at storytelling, you could suck at VFX, you could suck. But if you could just at least get things done on time, that shows the creator that you have a bit of character to just get things done on time. It's more of a character thing. It shows your hard work.
Okay, the next one is communication and client management.
That's a 3, because I'm assuming if you can hit deadlines on time, you could be so bad at client communication, but if you hit a deadline, like that's all that matters really. So
all right, that means for number 5, you've got social media presence and portfolio.
Low key, I agree with that. No, because I really think that you just have to be good at your skill. Like for example, I know a lot of people talk about him, but like Basement Rush, he did not have a portfolio, I believe, when he landed Sidemen. He was just so good. Like, you can have bad social media presence, but if you're really good, people will just talk about you though.
All right, well, hopefully you're happy with that list. Final question is, what's next for you?
So I just moved to ATL. I'm about to go full time for AMP. Also, I'm actually gonna start creating content for my own channel. AMP is actually really, really nice too. Like the company, they have like, I think a lot of the employees also make content themselves. Like they're very chill. Like that's what I'm gonna be doing from now on, is just working AMP for full time and then creating content. So.
All right, well, thanks for coming on, Brandon. If you want to check out any of his socials, they'll be in the description. And that's pretty much it for the interview. So thank you again.
No problem. Peace, brother.